Okay, it's Preston North End against Coventry City this weekend, and if Preston wanted any team to rock up in town this weekend, it would probably be one that has never won at Deepdale. Let's cross over to Claudio and find out if they're going to break that hoodoo this weekend. How are you, Claudio?
Yeah, I'm not too bad, thanks. We have actually won there, but not in the league.
Yeah, not in the league. Yeah, it should correct
Yeah,
the record, shouldn't we?
it's not that bad. But the first time we played them, we beat them, which is bizarre. It was 1910, and we were non-league, and they were still the Great Preston, basically. And it was the first time we ever beat a league club, that was in the FA
Yeah.
Cup.
Yeah, to be fair,
And
you've not played them you've not played them regularly, have you? This is
no,
fair.
it was weird. I was looking at this the other day. It's 104 seasons we've played in the league. 73 of those seasons we've not played Preston.
It's
So
weird, isn't
it's yeah, and it's the last. I was looking as well. Last 20 years, um, we've lost them 20 times. 16 of those times within the last 20 years. So it's just incredible. I mean, you get these teams, don't you, where you just whatever reason it doesn't happen, and this
it?
is home and away. So
Let's
yeah.
focus on the positives then, because we won't dwell too much on the on the West Brom result, because just the keeper parries that in a different direction, and it could have been a different game, couldn't it?
Yeah, yeah. Had you right miss their goal, second goal, inches offside. It's one of them things, isn't it?
Yeah.
It could have been 0-0, couldn't it? Really, it is one of those games. I'm not. I was bothered by it at the time, but I mean, we've created 50 odd chances in 3 games. It's just ridiculous. So, and our second goal scorer is own goal at the minute. That's the problem.
Yeah, I mean, there's no danger of you going down. There's no danger of Robbins losing his job soon, or you can correct the
No,
record if there is. You are playing far better than your league position suggests, but at the risk of sounding like a broken record, scoring goals is still a problem. Is it time to change it up a little bit and do something different?
well, he went with one at top on Monday with the box midfield, and I thought it actually worked. We looked busier. I mean, we need a fit Callum O'Hare though, and maybe Casey Palmer to come back in to do that. But it wasn't bad. It's just the finishing was terrible. That was the problem, and I mean, last year, I mean, those chances with Victor playing from last year would have been winning games. It's as simple as that. And if you've got a player flying with confidence, that makes a difference, doesn't it? And
Yeah.
you need confident goal scorers. These are the guys who get the goals.
Yeah, and Liam Kitchens, from what I watched, looks like a Maldini at times, and like you say, if Hadji finishes, then it's a whole different game. But you're only 8 points adrift of the playoffs, so you're not, you're not a million miles away. And like we've said before, a couple of results in this league puts you right back up there. But um, do you worry that confidence is going to start draining from this team soon if you don't start nicking the 1-0 wins and those scruffy goals? Are you starting to see a jaded team yet?
Uh, no, not so much jaded. I think if we hadn't created so many chances in the last few games, I would be worried. But Preston is a biggie now because Preston at the start of the season won all those matches, and they were doing what we weren't doing. They were seeing teams off, whereas we kept dropping points in the last minutes. And I think I've worked out it's about 6 or 7 points we should have picked up. Really, were from winning positions or where we've been drawing and end up losing um, in the dying minutes. Those 6, 7 points puts us quite comfortably in the championship. And you're not too fussed. But as you know, if you don't get those, you've got to get over the line, haven't you?
Yeah.
Right to the end in this league, it's a nightmare division for late goals,
Yeah.
and that makes a difference. And it's a habit you've got to get out of and quickly. But I'm fairly confident. Um, I mean, our manager keeps talking about the process, trust the process. He signed a contract. I mean, he signed a contract last year for 4 years, and he signed another one this year for 4. It's a bit weird. He signed a brand new one, so I don't know what's happened there. But he said we signed a contract. Now, to me, that means the whole coaching staff have signed a contract with a plan to take the club forward. So he ain't going anywhere as far
No.
as I'm concerned. And if he does, that's just poor because who we're going to bring in at the minute to He's
Yeah,
bought a load of brand new players. It's not like some of the other clubs have lost their managers and they've made no signings.
yeah,
He's
yeah. And
brought players in.
there's no calls for his head yet, are there? I'm not the.
No, I mean, I was looking at an old program this morning. I just got them everywhere around the house, and 6 years ago, we're League One, going down to League Two, playing Morecambe in the Cup, struggling, and the team is unrecognisable from what we've got now. It's incredible the quality of players we've got now are just 6 years on.
Yeah.
Um, you know, you look back to that and you think, oh, I can never imagine where we are now. We just wanted a club basically. So, and he's come in and changed all that in the way he's tried to do things.
Okay, does he make some changes then to this weekend? Does Matt Godden and Sims come back in?
Oh, I think he's still going to go with the one. I mean, if Matty Godden plays, that's not a bad thing. He's done the lone striker before. He did it in League One where we won 14 matches, 1-0 when we got promoted. So that's the key, isn't it? And he was getting a lot of the ones basically. So if I mean, he'll do a job. He probably went with Hadji Wright because he's a bit more pace. Um, but I'd stick with. He's got to make a decision. He can't just then go. I've tried it one game. Let's go back to what we were doing before. Two at top. He needs to stick with the three players at the back basically, and stay with the same three for a while because there's been a lot of swapping and changing, and I don't think that helps. I mean, there's only been Matt Fadden who's played pretty much every game at the back, so that needs to stop. I think at the minute, just to get them solid at the back. And the other key area is the two wing backs have got to get the balls in the box. They've got to get the crosses in early. But I'd keep it as it is. I think I'd give Hadji Wright another go. I mean, if he drops him, it looks like he's missed that chance.
Yeah,
Well, two or three chances, and you dropped, which is a bit harsh, really.
yeah, it's a bit harsh. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get a score prediction then. Tough one, this one.
Not
Is it
really.
Preston against Coventry?
They're on a terrible run of form, and so are we. And it's I'll be well. If they score, as I've told you before, we can't come back from behind. So this is the problem, isn't it? And I don't think we've got it in us to score 2 goals at the minute. That's my issue. I think that's where the problem lies. So if it's 0-0, I wouldn't be surprised. I just would not be surprised at all because it's two teams who probably fear losing at the minute, and they need to get points on the board. Basically, keep picking up those points. So I'm going to go, 0-0.
Right. Listen, Claudia, it's always a pleasure listening to you. Thanks for joining us. We will check in with you next week. Cheers, Philip.
Cheers.